Welcome everybody, I am 6 AM Comics, and today I've got a special treat for you. If you're like me, then you've been waiting anxiously for the Super Nolan franchise to be blessed with the official title of a trilogy. Well, try not to get too excited, but it's still not technically a trilogy. However, Nolan has just released some brand new content for our beloved hero in an unnamed side story, which I'm simply going to refer to as Super Nolan 2.5. So look, let's not waste any more time because I know you can hardly contain yourselves, because I can hardly contain myself. Let's dig in. Let's just get this out of the way. Yes, that is an exclusive 6 AM Comics commissioned cover. I generally don't condone the practice of cover art not matching the interiors. However, in this case, I'm gonna let it slide because, well, he paid me for the art by finally cleaning that dump he calls a bedroom. Plus, it's not like the art is misleading. Our styles are practically indistinguishable from one another. And before you say it, I know he's supposed to have an N on his chest. Sue me. Now let's get into the review. Because this isn't the official Super Nolan 3, Nolan decided it best to keep it visually distinct from the other volumes by opting for the less utilized 3-ring lined notebook paper. This is an interesting choice, as it's a very uncommon material for the comic book industry, but I think it has its perks. The largest perk being that it's much, much cheaper, but a lesser known advantage is that it really makes the Sharpie line art pop on both sides of the paper. This feature is truly an innovation to the genre, because nothing annoys me more as a reader than having to flip back a page to see if there's anything I've missed. Now I can just glance to the left, and there it all is. I mean, if you don't mind reading backwards. Which really isn't that hard, people, come on. One minor concern I had was the use of a single staple for the book's binding, rather than the standard 3-staple approach. My understanding of this decision was that Nolan's older brother and longtime editor Milo used up all the staples for his school project. I applaud him for staying on top of his schoolwork, but in this case, he kinda screwed with a profitable business, and so it's understandable why Nolan, yet again, fired him from his role as editor on this issue. Per usual, Milo's absence shows through the excessive typos and lettering do-overs. You know what, let's just blame Milo for my use of an S instead of an N on that cover commission. Good going, Milo. Sheesh. Speaking of art, check out that sweet stippling. Nolan is always pushing his art to the limit, and this book is no exception. While previous Super Nolan comics have relied mostly on flat black and whites with little shading, this book really pushes the sole use of black Sharpie to its limits with a wide variety of shading techniques and patterned textures. Everything from stippling to hatching to scribbling. The panels themselves are the personification of artistic expression. Rather than take the lazy man's path of using the lined paper to guide the panel borders, Nolan seemingly goes out of his way to avoid conforming to the lines and defining his own boundaries. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. What you're witnessing is the punk rock of comic books. Let's have a look at our story. We waste no time with the setup. An alien-piloted UFO with massive tentacles appears in the sky one day to wreak havoc on the city. And like a superhero should, Super Nolan is ready to save the day. He blasts into the sky with a thunderous boom as he breaks the sound barrier and is quickly greeted by the enemy tentacles. Without hesitation or an inkling of fear, our protagonist begins tying the alien appendages into knots. It is during this act of bravery that he takes a moment to assess the weight of his situation, acknowledging with bewilderment that aliens are in fact real. But this is no time to be awestruck. Super Nolan has a job to do, and that job is kicking alien butt. And as we turn the page, we see the use of a never-before-seen power in Super Nolan's arsenal, his super suction breath, which he uses to pull the alien craft within his reach and proceeds to punch the saucer with all of his super might, sending it spiraling into the depths of outer space. The alien inside declares that he will have his revenge. Very, very soon. Side note, I love this bonus panel hidden on the back of the book. I guess we didn't need the 3 staples after all. Sorry, Milo. And just like that, we're left again waiting for Super Nolan 3. I for one appreciate this light appetizer before we treated to our long-awaited main course. And if this is even just a sampling of the kind of material we can expect, then I think we're all in for an amazing read. That being said, I'm going to give this particular comic 1 alien probe out of 10 because I think we can all agree that 1 alien probe is better than 10 alien probes. It's a horrible rating. It's stupid.